Stock acquisition intercompany transaction. So for this particular problem, you have to determine, okay, the so-called UPEI, okay, unrealized profit in ending inventory, downstream or upstream. Okay, paano i-compute ito? Okay, if the seller is the parent, okay, papunta kay subsidiary, so downstream ang sale, down, pababa, no? If the seller is the subsidiary, binenta niya kay parent, then that is upstream. So it is expected, syempre, mga kapatid, na si subsidiary, ibebenta naman niya sa customer or outside party. Okay? So alamin mo, okay, how much of the intercompany sale downstream, so this is intercompany sale, downstream, ang nabenta na sa customer para malaman mo kung ilan pa ang remaining. Okay? So yung nabenta, deduct it from the intercompany sale, the remaining inventory, yan po yung tinatawag natin na ending inventory sa intercompany sale. Okay? Same with upstream sa intercompany sale. Okay? Kung si parent naman ang buyer, ibebenta niya sa customer yung nabili niya, okay, sa subsidiary. And you have to determine how many or how much of the inventory sold, okay, intercompany sale po, ano, ang natitira remaining to determine kung ano naman or magkano ang ending inventory sa intercompany sale. Okay? Now, pag nalaman mo na from the buyer yung ending inventory from intercompany sale, you have to multiply the so-called GPRS, the gross profit rate on sale of the seller. So kung downstream, tatanungin mo si parent, okay, ilang percent ba ang iyong markup? Okay? Markup or GPRS. Okay? So regardless, okay, kung downstream or upstream, parehas ang formula, this is now the so-called unrealized profit in ending inventory. Okay? So kaya siya unrealized dahil hindi mo pa pwedeng i-recognize yan as profit, okay, for the year because hindi pa siya nabebenta sa outside party. Okay? And this unrealized profit, say for example, kunyari lang po, no, this is 2024, okay? Pagdating naman po sa realized profit, RPBI, profit in beginning inventory, syempre, kakabenta lang yan, this is zero. Okay? So sa year 2024, okay, wala pa. Pagdating ng next year, 2025, okay, kung ito po, assuming for discussion, ito po ay 10,000 pesos. Pagdating ng 2025, the UPEI will become your RPBI. So ilalagay mo lang dito. So ibig sabihin mga kapatid, okay, magiging 2025 RPBI yung 10,000. Yan. So sa 2025 na naman, magko-compute ka ulit ng panibagong UPEI depende sa intercompany sale. Okay? Ending inventory, multiply this by the GPRS. So ganun po mga kapatid, ano? Okay? And then same process, pagdating na naman sa 2026, ito po ay magiging RPBI, tapos mag-compute ka na naman ng panibago. Okay. At dyan mo na ilalagay sa format natin ng RURU, RPBI, okay, downstream, UPEI, downstream, or RPBI, upstream, or UPEI, upstream. Okay, so to illustrate, let's proceed to problem letter C. On January 1, 2023, Pulpy Company purchased 80% stock of Suzy. Okay, so 80%. For 820, this is the consideration transferred. The fair value of the non-controlling interest is assessed at 220,000 while the proportionate share basis amounted to, binigay na, 200,000. Na syempre kapag PSB ang binigay, paano ba kino-compute ang proportionate share basis? Fair value net asset of the subsidiary. Okay? Multiply this, okay, by the percentage NCI. So, yan po yung formula. Okay? So, pwede mong i-work back. Okay? Kung ang PSB pala ay 200,000, ayan po, no? FVNA natin, no, is X, then multiply this by NCI of 20%. Ayan po. So, ma-work back natin, ang fair value net asset is equivalent to 200,000 divided by 20%. So, the fair value net asset now is equivalent to 1 million. Okay, yan po. Okay, so that is for the FVNA computation. The excess of total value of subsidiary over its book value, okay, of 950,000 is attributable to goodwill and equipment with 5-year remaining useful life. Okay. So whichever is higher, ang pipiliin natin with regard to the FVNCI, 220. So 820 plus 220, that's 1,040,000 minus 1 million. Okay? So dito, consideration transferred, 820,000. Okay? Plus FVNCI, whichever is higher, that's 220,000 at fair value. So the TV of S subsidiary is again 1,040,000. At shortcut, FVNA, na-compute mo na subsidiary amounting to 1 million. Okay? So ang ating goodwill is equivalent to 40,000. And this is a full goodwill because, okay, ang ating NCI is valued at fair value. Okay? So, ganyan po kung goodwill ang tinatanong. Yan. On March 3, 2023, Palpi sold merchandise costing 500,000 to Felby for 750,000. So, ibig sabihin mga kapatid, there is an intercompany sale. So, the selling price is 750, cost is 500, so 250 po yung markup. Okay, divided by 750, that will be the gross profit rate. And this is a downstream sale because Palpi is the seller. On the same day, okay, Palpi sold merchandise to Suzy, okay, costing si Suzy po, no? So ito po yung downstream, 350 minus 280 divided by 350. Si Felby, it is an outside party, and po, so hindi po to intercompany, so normal sale lang po yan, so 250 ang kanyang gross profit. Okay? Dito naman, you have to compute for the GPRS. 350 minus 280 over 350. On the other hand, Palpi paid 400,000 for the purchase of merchandise from Suzy. So in this case, dito po, downstream. Okay? Yung benta kay Suzy. Dito naman, upstream. Yung benta kay Palpi. Okay? On June 30, 2023, with latter imposing markup of 25%. So wala nang problema sa GPRS ni Suzy dahil binigay na po 25%. While GPRS of Palpi, I should say, okay, sa sale niya kay Suzy, ito po ay 350, okay, minus 280 over 350. Ayan. So mag-compute ka ng gross profit rate on sale, okay, to determine the so-called GPRS to be used for UPEI computation purposes. Ayan. In the perspective of Palpi Company, the remaining inventory of or from intercompany transaction as of year and amounted to 3/4. So, nung binili ni Palpi, siya yung buyer. So, ito yun. Okay? 400,000. Out of 400,000, ang remaining, sabi dito, 3/4. Oh. So, 3/4 daw. So, hindi pa nabenta ang 3/4, 1/4 lang nabenta. So, pwedeng i-recognize yung 1/4 ng 400,000. Pero yung 3/4, magiging part siya ng UPEI. Okay? So, ganun po yung concept niyan. Sir, downstream or upstream? Syempre, buyer dito si Palpi, parent. So, dapat ito po ay upstream. Okay? Upstream. Okay? Ayan po, no? While the records of Suzy shows 1/2 of inventory from intercompany transaction were sold to unrelated. So, nabenta 1/2, ang remaining naman kay Suzy as the buyer ni Palpi ay 1/2. O, di 1/2 of how much? Of 350,000. So, ganun po, no? Then, i-multiply mo sa GPRS. Ito namang 3/4 of 400,000, i-multiply mo sa 25% na GPRS. RS, that is now your UPEI. Okay. The following shows the net income. Hindi niya sinabing from own operation, kaya kung may dividend po man, at meron naman po 20,000 kay Suzy, okay? 20,000 times 80%, that's 16,000. It is already included. Na-i-add na po dito sa 386 yung 16,000. Tama po ba yon? Oo at hindi. Tama kung separate FS, hindi tama kung konso. Yan. So pag magko-consolidated net income tayo, you have to deduct 16,000, that is 20,000 times 80%. Pag separate FS, okay na yung 386. Pag conso FS, tanggalin ng 16, 370 dapat ang kasama sa conso net income. Ano po yung kwento naman dito? Okay. The shareholders' equity of Palpi is composed of common stock, peak RE, 1,750, 250 at 2 million. So that is Palpi kay parent. Okay. Now, ano yung mga requirements, mga kapatid? How much is the fair value net asset? At na-compute na po natin kanina, all you have to do is just to divide 200,000 na proportion share basis by 20%, so that's 1 million. How much is the goodwill or amortization of equipment? So yung shortcut kanina, 1,040,000 minus 1 million. Okay? So ayan po, ano? Eh, mako-compute mo 40. Ayan. Para masigurado mo na tama yan, you have the SODA X. 1,040,000 minus the book value na 950, you have here 90,000. Tapos ibangga mo lang yung 40,000 na goodwill, ma-work back mo, mga kapatid, yung amortization, okay, of excess na 50,000 divided by 5 years, 10,000. So ayan po. Okay? So ang goodwill 40,000, amortization 10,000, which will be deducted sa net income ni subsidiary. Okay? So yung ating format kanina. So we're done with number 28. Ayan po. Ito po yung shortcut. The effect of such amortization of excess may either be additional or reduction from the net income of the subsidiary from own operation. In this case, syempre, since minus yan, deduction. Okay. How much is the amount of net income of the parent from own operation? As discussed kanina, mga kapatid, since ang binigay po ay net income of the parent, tanggalin mo from 386 yung SHIDS, the share in the dividend declared by subsidiary, 16,000. So 370 is the correct answer. Bakit tinatanggal? Dahil meron po tayong elimination entry, debit dividend income from subsidiary, that is the 16,000, debit NCNAS. Kaya tatanggalin mo din itong 4,000 sa NCNAS kung tatanungin ang non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary. Ibig mong sabihin, sir, yung FVNC ay kanina na 220,000, bawasan ng 4,000? Yes. Okay? Tsaka mo dagdagan ng NCNIS kung may makompute tayong NCNIS. Credit RE of the subsidiary. So, ganyan po, mga kapatid, no? So, ang sagot natin, 370,000. Okay, what is the downstream and upstream markup on sale? Oh, na-compute na natin to kanina. Okay? Given po yung 25%, ito yon sa problem, this is upstream sale, no? Now, for downstream, 350 minus 280 over 350, so you have 20%. So ito yung mga GPRS na kailangan natin to compute for the UPEI. Okay, pagdating ngayon dito, okay, sa computation ng UPEI. O, downstream. Okay? Downstream. Ang nagbenta dito si parent. So, downstream sale by the parent, 350. Okay? Ending inventory of the subsidiary. Ang sabi ni subsidiary, kalahati na lang ang natitira. So, 175. Ang hindi mo pa pwedeng i-recognize na profit. Tapos, i-multiply mo, parent, ilang percent ba yung markup mo? Okay? Doon sa cost ng inventory binenta. At 20% lang. So, ibig sabihin, 20% of 175, yung 35,000 na naisama mo, parent, sa income mo na 386, wag mo munang idagdag. Tanggalin mo. Kaya ang effect ng UPEI downstream is minus 35,000. Same with UPEI upstream. Okay? So, nung binenta ni subsidiary kay parent, 400,000 ang binayaran ni parent. Ito po yun. Tinanong natin si parent, ilan na lang ang nabenta mo? Out of 400,000, ay 1/4 lang ang nabenta ko, 3/4 pa ang remaining. O, di ibig sabihin, ending inventory nung intercompany is 300,000. Ayan po. Ngayon si markup naman ni subsidiary. Okay, I will change this to subsidiary. Okay? Ikaw subsidiary, since upstream sale ito, ilang percent ang markup mo? 25%. Okay, so 25%. So 25% of 300,000, ikaw na subsidiary, hindi mo pa pwedeng idagdag yung 75,000 sa net income mo. Okay? Sa konso, tanggalin. Sa separate, okay lang. Yan po, no? Kaya ang sagot natin, UPI upstream, 75,000. Okay. Ngayon, let's consolidate the net income. Okay? So dito mga kapatid, gawin natin yung format natin kanina, no? Net income of the parent 386,000. Okay? Minus SHIDS. Ano ulit yung SHIDS? Share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary 16,000. Okay? So tanggalin mo yung 16,000. Paano kinompute? 20,000. Multiply this by 80%. So ang makukumpute natin is the net income of the parent from own operation, which is again 370,000. Okay? On the other hand, ang net income naman ni subsidiary is equivalent to 175,000. Okay? Tapos bawasan mo ito. Okay? Bawasan mo ng amortization. Ayan po. Amounting to 10,000 as computed kanina sa SODA-X. So meron tayong adjusted net income of the subsidiary amounting to 165,000. However, meron din tayong RU. Ayan, RU. Okay? And itong R natin na ito is RPBI downstream. But in this case, sa first year, 0 pa lang siya. Okay? Dito naman, RPBI upstream. In this case, sa first year, 0 pa lang siya. UPEI naman, downstream. Okay? Bawasan mo. Tanggalin mo. Okay? Bawasan mo to ng yung downstream sale of inventory, 35,000 na ending. Ganun din dito. UPEI naman na upstream sale. If for example, bawasan mo to ng as computed kanina, 75,000. Ayan po, no? And ang makukompute na natin is the adjusted net income of the parent. In this case, we have 335,000. Okay? Adjusted net income of the subsidiary, in this case, we have 110,000. Okay? Sorry, 90,000. 90. Okay, 90. So, ang makukompute na natin is the consolidated net income of 425,000. Ayan. This is the consol net income. So, makukompute mo naman ang NCNIS, okay, by multiplying CNI, okay, or NCI percentage of 20%. Okay? 20%. Ayan. So, magkano na ang ating NCNIS na idadagdag mo naman sa NCNAS computation? NCNIS. This is 18,000. Okay. At ito pong 18,000 na ito, i-deduct mo din dito. 18,000. Okay. To get yung tinatawag nating NIAP. Ayan. And this is equivalent to magkano ito? 407,000. Net income attributable to the parent or controlling interest in the conso net income. So, ganyan po, no? 407. Okay? So, that's it. So, ang sagot natin, how much is the consolidated net income? 425,000. Ito yun. Ayan po. How much is the net income attributable to the parent or controlling? 407,000. Ayan. Alternatively, pwede pong ganito. Okay? So, you have here adjusted net income of the parent, 335. Ito yun. Ayan. Plus 90,000. Ito yun. Okay? That's 425. And the non-controlling interest, 18,000. Okay? Controlling, 72. Okay? 72 plus 335. Ayan po, no? Pwedeng alternative. Ito yun. 72 plus 335, 407. 425 minus 18, 407. Or pwede namang itong format na to. Ayan. Para kompleto na. Ayan po, ano? Pwede po ito. Ayan. Okay? So, yan po yung quick note natin, mga kapatid. Ilagay mo lang NIP, pababa, RURU, RURU, NIS, pababa, RURU, Multiply this by the percentage and sinis, i-deduct dito, and you have here the NIAP 407. Okay? So, ito po mga kapatid, intercompany sale of inventory. Okay? So, yan po, no? And how much is the net non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary? You have here 220, yung ating FVNCI beginning, plus 18. Yan yung NCDs na na-compute. Minus yung 4,000 na share in the dividend. So, you have 234,000. Okay? So, that is for the NCNAS computation for the year 2023. Yan, 23. And for Conso RE, tandaan ang RE para lang kay parent. Okay? Kaya yung RE ni parent dito, balikan lang natin mga kapatid, amounting to, ito po yun, 2 million, nadadagdagan siya ng NIAP, net income attributable to the parent, at nababawasan siya ng dividend declared by the parent. Yan. So, ito na yung magiging solution natin sa Conso RE. 2 million, okay, plus 407 na na-compute kanina, minus 50, you have 357,000. So, that is for the consolidated retained earnings. Ayan po, no? Okay. Siyempre, kapag Conso Shi naman na tinatanong, etong NCNAS plus Conso RE, dagdagan mo lang ng APIC. Kunyari lang, 37. Consolidated Shareholders Equity. Again, our acronym, CAREN. So you have NCNAS amounting to 234,000. RE, CRE, na-compute mo na, is amounting to 2,357,000. Yung common stock, tandaan po yung 2C. Okay, 2C. Common stock of the acquirer, common stock issued. Wala naman pong common stock issued. Yung APIC, tandaan mo yung ASA, as discussed before. Wala naman pong additional issuance ng shares, wala din APIC. Kaya ang common stock ni parent ang titignan natin. So, balikan natin to. Ang common stock ni parent ay, okay, we have here 1,750 at ang APIC naman ni parent ay 250. So 1,750 plus 250, ilagay ko dito, 1,750,000 plus 250,000. So that's 2 million. Okay? 2 million plus 2,357,000. So that is 4 million. Okay? 4,357,000 plus 234,000. So you have 4,591. Yan. So ang ating consolidated shareholders equity is 4,591,000. So hanggang dito class, no? Gustong i-check ng examiner kung okay, natatandaan natin ang Conso RE, Conso API, Conso common stock. Pwedeng tanungin Conso Shi na lang. Pero huwag kakalimutang idagdag ang NCNAS. Okay? So that's 4,591. Ngayon, let us assume. Okay, let's assume. What if sa next year, okay, so mag-what if tayo dito. Okay? What if, and in 2024, the net income of the parent amounted to 1 million. Okay? Net income of the subsidiary is 500,000. Okay, ayan po dividend declared by the parent is 100,000. Dividend declared by subsidiary is 20,000. 20,000 na lang. Yan. How much is the consolidated income? How much is the net income attributable to the parent? How much is the NC-NIS? Okay, 2024. Ayan po, ito po yung additional assumption natin. Okay? So, to compute, mga kapatid, do not forget that there is still an amortization for 5 years. Okay? So, kukopyahin ko lang po ito. Ayan. Ganito lang po diskarte. So, net income ni parent, 1 million. Lagay mo dyan. And then, yung dividend declared by the subsidiary na 20,000, palitan natin ito. Okay, kasi 20,000 po ulit eh. 50,000 na lang. O, para magbago naman, 50,000 times 80%, that's 40,000. So magiging 960,000 ito. Okay. Net income of the subsidiary is equivalent to 500,000. Yan po, no? Tapos, meron tayong amortization as is pa rin yung 10,000 kasi for 5 years yan. For 5 years. Yan. So you have here 490,000. Okay. Kung sa 2023, yung UPEI mo ay negative 35, ngayon, pagdating sa 2024, itong UPEI mo magiging RPBI. So, yan. So, i-add back mo dito. Okay? Yung UPEI mo naman sa 2023 will become your RPBI sa 2024. So, yan. I-add back mo naman dyan. Okay? Kaya dito mga kapatid, instead na 0 plus 35,000. Kasi ang assumption sa first in, first out, nabenta na siya next year. Bago ka magbenta ulit ng intercompany sale. So yan, 75,000. Eh di sir, tatanggalin ko na to, UPEI. Yes, in this case, 0 kasi wala namang intercompany sale of inventory. Okay? During the year. Yan. Pero kung sakaling meron, magre-compute po tayo ng UPEI for 2024. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa as is. Wala munang UPEI. So, 960 plus 35,000, this is 995,000. Okay? 490 plus 75,000, this is 465,000. Okay? So, 995,000 plus 465,000, ang consonant income na natin ay 1,460,000. Okay? And 20% of 465,000, ang NCNAS natin, kung yan yung tinatanong at assumption natin, 93,000 ang ating NCNIS. Okay, NCNIS. And this 93,000, i-deduct mo from 1,460 na consonant income. Lahat ng matitira, 1,3. Okay? 1,367,000, yan po ay net income attributable to the parent. So yan yung mga requirement na pwede nating sagutan. Okay? Ngayon, kung itutuloy natin mga kapatid, pwede pang tanungin, how much is the NCNAS balance? Magkano muna yung NCNAS natin dati? Ang NCNAS natin, okay, we have here 220. Okay? Ito po yung ating NCI, 220. Ito yon, beginning. Tapos nadagdagan siya ng net income attributable to the non-controlling interest na 18,000. Ito po yun, NCNIS. At nabawasan siya ng dividend declared, okay, by the subsidiary, kaya 234. Ayan po, no? So ito pong NCNAS natin ng 2023, okay, lagay ko lang po dito. Itutuloy mo na dito. Oh. Ayan. So yan po yung binanggit ko kanina. Dagdagan mo lang. Okay, dagdagan mo lang ng NCNIS 2024. Yan po. Dividend declared by the subsidiary 2024. Oh, I call this as SHIDS. Okay, SHIDS 2024. Eh sir, hindi ba ang dineclare ng subsidiary 50,000? Yes, 20% sa'yo. Oh, so bawasan mo to. Okay? Bawasan mo to ng 10,000. Eh sir, yung 40, eto na siya. Nandito na, naibawas na sa taas. Okay? Yung NCNIS, eto yun, 93,000. O, na-compute mo. O, dagdag mo dito, plus 93,000. And sa 2024, ang NCNAS ending mo na, hindi na 234. So, nag-accumulate ka na dyan. Okay? So, you have here 234. Okay? Ayan. Plus 93. Okay? Minus 10,000. So, that is 317,000. Okay? So, yan na yung magiging sagot natin sa 2024. Okay? So, yan po, no? Pagdating naman po ng Conso RE, kanina, ito yung Conso RE natin. Pwedeng tanungin kasi, ayan. Oh. Okay? RE ng 2023. Conso RE naman tayo. RE ng 2023. Then you have here net income attributable to the parent. Tag ko na dito. And minus dividend declared by the parent sa 2024. So in this case, ang net income attributable to the parent ay 1,367,000. Ito yun. Ayan po, ano? Okay? Ito yun. And then bawasan mo ng dividend declared. Okay? Declared by the parent. And in this case, you have here 100,000. So minus 100,000. Ayan po. So ang matitira ngayon, okay? Yan na yung consolidated retained earnings. Yan, 2,357,000 plus 1,367,000 minus 100,000. So this is 3,624,000. Ganyan po mga kapatid sa conso retained earnings. Okay. Ngayon, syempre kanina, wala po tayong intercompany sale of inventory sa 2024. So ito yung what if natin. Ngayon, what if, okay? Ito yun, ano, number 1. Number 2, what if natin? What if during 2024, the parent company sold 150,000, okay, to subsidiary at 20% markup. While subsidiary, on the other hand, sold, okay, 200,000 inventory to the parent at 30% markup. Okay? For simplicity, okay, both inventory, no? Both parent and subsidiary, okay, have 50%. 50% remaining inventory from intercompany sale as of December 31, 2024. Yan. Okay? So, yan po. Then, example po, another assumption, ano? How much is the consolidated net income, NCNIS, and NCNAS? Yan po yung mga requirement. Okay, so ito po, as is tayo. Dagdagan lang natin. Yan po. Yan. In addition. Okay. So, ang gagawin ko lang mga kapatid, dadagdagan ko lang to. Okay? Yan. So, ngayon, magko-compute ako, okay, this time, ng UPEI. UPEI. O, ganyan po, no? Magkano kaya yung UPEI? O, downstream, nagbenta daw. Parent sold 150 to subsidiary. So, sa 150,000 na yan, okay, i-multiply ko to ng percentage remaining. 1/2. This is the percentage remaining. Okay? So, this is downstream intercompany sale. So, ibig sabihin, 75,000 na lang ang ending inventory sa intercompany downstream. Yan. I-multiply ko to ng GPRS. And in this case, ang GPRS ni parent as the seller, okay, kasi sabi dito, no, 20,000, 20%. Yan, 20%. So, multiply this by 20%. Okay, GPRS of the seller. Yan. Intercompany sale and inventory of the buyer. Okay. So, our answer here is 15,000. This is now your UPEI downstream. Okay. So, ganun din dito. Okay. 200,000 intercompany sale upstream. I-multiply mo din ng percentage remaining. Yan. So, 1/2 lang din po, no? 1/2, that's the percentage remaining. Kaya, ang ating ending inventory of the buyer is 100,000. Sinong buyer dito? Okay, so this is ending inventory, intercompany sale of the buyer. Since this is upstream, it is the parent. And then multiply this by the GPRS of the seller. So multiply this by 30% in this case. Okay, ito po, 30%. Ayan po. So you have here the GPRS of the seller. In this case, it is the subsidiary. Ayan po. Kaya mako-compute na natin yung UPEI din. So that's 30,000. This is UPEI upstream. Okay? So na-compute mo na yung mga i-deduct. Kaya itong UPEI downstream natin, minus tayo dito ng 15,000. UPEI upstream natin, minus tayo dito ng 30,000. Ayan po. So, we have 960, okay? Plus 35, 995, minus 15,000, 980,000. Okay? So, yan. Dito naman, 490, plus 75,000, okay? Minus 30,000, 535,000. Okay? So, dinagdag mo na, no? So, kanina, 490, okay? Plus 75. 565 po pala ito. 565. Ano? 565. Okay. Ayan. So, 565 plus 995. Ayan, 995. So, 1,560. So, yung mga sagot natin kanina, no, plus lang ng 100,000. Okay? And then, 565 times 0.20. Okay, so that's 113. Ayan, hindi po 93. 113. Ganyan po, no? And then 1,560, okay, minus 113. So it's 1447. 1447. Okay, so ganyan po, no? Okay, yung ating consolidated net income. Okay. Or kung as is pa rin tayo sa sagot natin, para lang po mas simple, at as is pa rin tayo dyan, 465, I will just change this class to ano na lang, to 400,000. Okay? So maging 390 tayo dito. For simplicity. Ayan. Para wala na pong pagbabago doon sa mga na-compute natin kanina. So 400 minus 10, that's 390 plus 75, 465 plus 995, 1460. So ganun din dito. Okay? I will just change this to 400,000. Okay? Pagdating naman dito, ayan po, no? This is in 2024, 400,000. So ayan. Okay? Para hindi po nagbago yung mga na-compute na natin kanina. Okay? So this is now 390. Ayan. Sige. So let's proceed. Let's continue. So you have your 400,000 minus 10, 390 plus 75, 465. Yan yung kanina. Minus 30,000 na bagong UPEI. So this is equivalent now to 435,000. Yan. Ito namang isa, 1 million minus 40,000, 960 plus 35. Yung UPEI kanina naging RPBI, 995, okay? Minus 15,000. Yan po. Okay, so this is now 980 plus 435. So this is 1,415,000. Okay? And then what is 20% of 435? So 435 times 0.2, it is 87,000. So yung 87, i-deduct mo naman dito. Okay? Minus 1,415. So this is 1,328. 1,328,000. Okay? So, question, how much is the consolidated income? Is the consolidated income? So, ang sagot natin ay 1,415. Ito po yun. Ito, no? Next question, how much is the NCNIS? Our answer again, class, is, okay, 87,000. Yan po. Ito po yun. And NCNAS. O, magkano po bang na-compute nating NCNAS kanina? O, kopyahin ko to. Ayan, lagay ko ngayon dito. NCNAS, a while ago, 317,000. Okay? Ngayon, mga kapatid, going back, ang ating NCNIS ay 87 na lang. So tanggalin ko to. I will change this to 87,000. Yung sheets as is pa rin, 10,000. So 234, okay, plus 87 minus 10, 311,000 na. So that is the effect kung meron tayong UPEI upstream, UPEI downstream. Ayan po, no? Eh di sir, pati sa CRE, yes. Yung CRE kanina na 3624, instead na yung NIAP mo ay 1367, ngayon ang NIAP mo 1328. Okay? And this 1328 will be added, mga kapatid, dito sa Conso RE computation. 1,328,000. Okay? So, 2,357,000 plus 1,328,000 minus 100,000 na dividend declared by the parent, ang ating Conso RE ay 3,585,000. Okay? So, that is for the consolidated RE computation at saka NCNAS. Kung sakali po, no, na meron na pong additional information UPEI, okay? So ito po yung additional info natin. Yan po. Okay, so tanggalin ko na lang po itong kulay niya. Ayan. 2024, 1 million po ang net income ni parent. 400 naman kay subsidiary. Dividend declared, 100. Dividend declared by subsidiary, 50. How much is the conso net income attributable to the parent and sinis kanina, no? Ngayon, in addition, what if during 2024 the parent sold 150,000 to subsidiary at 20% while subsidiary sold 200,000 to parent at 30%? Both parent and subsidiary have 50% remaining inventory intercompany sale as of December 31, 2024. How much is the consolidated, okay, net income, NCNIS, and NCNAS? So ito po yung mga sagot natin. Conso net income, 1,415,000. Okay, NCNIS, 87,000. And you have here NCNAS, 311,000. Okay, ngayon, let's proceed to intercompany sale of plant asset. Okay, mag-what if lang po ako dito. Ulitin ko lang po ulit, mga kapatid, same process tayo dito. So yung kaninang problem, dagdagan lang natin. Okay? So, number 3 tayo. Number 3. Okay. Same, net income of the parent, net income subsidiary, dividend declared by the parent, dividend declared by the subsidiary. In addition, ito po, what if, additional info lang po ito with regard to intercompany sale noong 2024. Now, moreover, yan, if the parent sold, okay, an equipment with 5-year remaining useful life to subsidiary, okay, for 400,000, okay, for 400,000 with a book value. Ayan. Ano yung book value niya? Kunyari, 300,000 lang. Of 300,000. Okay, how much is the conso net income? Okay. Ayan, conso net income. NCNIS and NIAP. Okay, so yan po. So in this case, there is already the so-called downstream sale of, okay, downstream sale of plant asset. Ito po ba ay gain or loss? Okay? So, ang diskarte dyan ganito. Step number 1. Letter A, selling price. Okay, compute mo muna. This is the format. Kung kanina na i-set up na natin yung format ng UPEI, ito naman UGPA or RGPA. Selling price, 400,000. Okay? Bawasan mo lang ng book value or cost. Kung cost yung binigay. In this case, 300,000. Okay? So you have here gain on sale. So step 1, gain or loss on sale. Okay? Eh sir, 100,000 positive o di gain on sale, and this is presented in the separate FS. Okay lang yan sa separate FS. Okay? Step number 2, mga kapatid. Step number 2. Letter B, reverse. Okay? Reverse. Reverse. Ano ibig sabihin na reverse? Yung ating gain on sale will become unrealized, negative na, gain on plant asset downstream. Downstream kasi, ang nagbenta ay si parent. Yan. Ganyan lang po. Step number 2, reverse. Kung positive yan, gawin mo siyang negative. Yan. Sir, paano kapag negative yan? O di magiging ULPA, ulpa, positive naman siya. Okay? Sir, ibig mong sabihin, magiging deduction siya for Conso FS? For Conso FS? Yes. Ayan. Sir, kailan po siya nabenta? Moreover, if the parent sold equipment with 5-year remaining useful life to subsidiary for 400,000 with book value of 300,000 on. O kunyari, on June. Kunyari, June 1, 2024. Yan. So, meron ng date kung kailan siya nabenta. Yan. Bakit, sir? Kasi significant yan for purposes of step number 3. Ano yung step number 3? Okay? Realize. Paano realize? Okay? Realize the portion. Okay? So, gain or loss, reverse, realize. So, divide mo lang po ito, divide this by the remaining useful life to get step number 3. Okay? So, divide by 5 years. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, magre-realize ka na. Realized. Okay? Gain on plant asset. Okay? Plant asset. And this is equivalent to 20,000. Ito yung tinatawag nating RGPA downstream. However, this is for the year. For 1 year. Kaya dapat mong gawin, prorate. Prorata. Okay? From June 1 to December 31. Okay? Kasi yan lang yung period na ginamit mo siya at nakapag-produce siya ng asset or revenue. Okay? So, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, times 7 over 12. So, ganyan po, no? 7 months po siyang nagamit. 7 over 12. So, that's it. Okay? Pwede ka nang maglagay sa format na tinatawag nating RGPA downstream. Okay? So, 20,000 times 7 over 12. 20 times 7 over 12. So, that is 11,000. Okay? 11,667. Okay? So, that is your RGPA downstream. Bakit downstream? Kasi ang nagbenta, mga kapatid, ay si parent. So, ganyan lang po kapag may UGPA, RGPA. Okay? Step 1, 2, 3 lang. Selling price minus book. Pag positive, reverse. Divide it by the number of remaining useful life to get the so-called realized portion. And then, prorate. Okay. Sir, paano yung requirement? Consonant income. O di, kopyahin mo lang po ito, mga kapatid. Yan. As is tayo dito. Okay. Then, we update it. Okay. Sir, yung net income, 1 million kay parent. Yes, as is. Tapos, net income subsidiary, 400. Yes, as is. Nandito po yan. Ito pong dalawa. Okay. So, clear tayo dyan. Dividend declared. Okay. Dividend declared by the parent, 100. Dividend declared by subsidiary, 50. So, ito yun. Okay, 50 times 80%. Ayan po. What else? Inventory. Okay, downstream. Ito po yun, 15,000 upstream. Okay, 30,000. Na-compute natin kanina. RPBI downstream. This is the 2023 UPEI. Discuss natin kanina. Okay, RPBI upstream. This is the 2023 UPEI. Na-discuss natin kanina. Okay. Ngayon, dadagdagan mo na to. Yan. Ano idadagdag ko dito, sir? You have here the so-called RURU. Diba? So, dadagdagan ko to ng RGPA downstream kung meron. Okay? At dadagdagan ko to ng UGPA downstream kung meron. Pero ang UGPA, ang effect niya, minus. Yan. Downstream. Ganun din dito. Okay? RGPA upstream kung meron. Bawasan ko din to ng UGPA upstream kung ang seller ay si subsidiary. Pero sa problem na ito, sa assumption natin, ang seller po, ayan po, ay si parent. Kaya meron tayo ditong UGPA downstream 100,000. So minus ka dito ng 100,000. Ayan. Okay? And you have RGPA downstream 11,667. Dagdagan mo na to 11,667. Ayan po. Wala naman pong RGPA at saka UGPA kay subsidiary because hindi naman siya nagbenta ng equipment. So, 0. Ayan po, Okay. So, ngayon, let's compute for the adjusted net income of the parent from 960, ni POO, plus 35,000, minus 15,000, plus 11,667, minus 100,000 na UGPA. So, you have here 891,000, 667. Ayan po. Okay? At every year po, hanggang 5 years naman itong 11,667. Ayan. So next year, sa 2025, meron ulit siyang ganyan. Ayan, 11,667. Pero wala ka ng deduction na 100,000 next year. Okay, so 390 naman dito, plus 75,000, that's the 465,000 computed a while ago, minus 30,000 UPI for 2024. Ito po, 2024 UPI naman ito. Ayan. So, 435 pa rin. Times 20%, 87,000 pa rin ang ating NCNIS. So, 891, 667, plus 435,000, 1326 na po. 1326, okay? 667 ang ating consolidated net income minus 87,000. So, this is 1239, okay? 667. Ayan po. Okay, ang ating net income attributable to the parent. This is an example of, ayan po, tinatawag natin na downstream sale of plant asset. Kung upstream, wala pong pagkakaiba, dito mo lang po sa column ni subsidiary, ilalagay yung upstream sale. Okay? So, yan po, mga kapatid. Okay. Assuming next year, last assumption, number 4. Okay? Number 4. What if in 2025, the net income of the parent is 500,000. Net income of subsidiary, 200,000. Okay? Dividend declared by the parent, 50,000. Dividend declared by subsidiary, 10,000. Okay? Tapos wala na pong intercompany sale of inventory, plant asset. Na-realize nila, ba't gano'n? Nagbebentahan lang tayo. E di, ikaw na lang magbenta ng sarili mong inventory. O ganun din. Parang nagbentahan lang tayo ng equipment, bumili ka na lang sa iba. Okay? So wala na. Wala na pong bentahang nangyari with regard to equipment. Okay? Ayan. However, sabi ni subsidiary, di po ba kailangan nyo ng lupa, parent? And oo. Ito, may lupa kami located, say for example, dito sa bandang Global City. So subsidiary sold land. Yan. To the parent. Okay? On January 1, 2025 for, say for example, 5 million. O, kaya naman 500,000 lang. Yan, 500,000. Okay? Mura lang. And the cost of the land is 300,000. Yan po, Assuming lang. Okay? O kaya naman 450 na lang ito. 450. Sige. Ayan. Oh. How much is the consonant income or NCNIS and NIAP? Ayan. So ngayon, huwag kakalimutan class na ito po ay continuation lang. nung 2024. So, you can start from, again, ito po, no? UGPA. Magkanong selling price? This time, it is upstream. Upstream. Okay? Sir, 500,000 ko po binenta yung ano? Land. Land. Yan. Magkano yung cost or book value? 450, sir. So, ibig sabihin, may gain na 50,000. Tama ba yung gain? Yes. In the separate FS of the subsidiary, it's okay. Pagdating po sa parent, rather sa conso, I should say, yung upstream sale natin na 50,000, magiging UGPA siya 50,000. Yan. So, minus. Divide by remaining useful life, wala po. Okay? Since ito po ay land, wala po siyang remaining useful life. So, hindi mo ma-realize ang RGPA sa land. Okay? Ayan po, no, upstream, until it is sold. So, ang tanong lang kapag ka non-depreciable, kailan siya nabenta? Okay? So, nabenta na ba siya noong 2025? Hindi pa po. So, wala kang RGPA until it is sold. Yan. Okay? So, tanong mo lang dyan, kailan siya nabenta? Yan. So, ngayon, kung wala pang RGPA, ibig sabihin mga kapatid, okay, ipa-plot mo lang kasi hindi pa naman nabenta sa 2025 yan. Okay? So, kung plinat natin, magbabawas ka ng 50,000. So, as is tayo dito. Okay? So, you have here the format. Ayan po, no? Lagay ko lang dito. Okay. Ngayon, etong UPEI natin ng 2024 will become your RPBI sa 2025 as discussed kanina. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, sir, yung 15,000, ilalagay ko na dito. 15,000. This is now the RPBI, which was the UPEI 2024. Yes. Tapos UPEI 2025, wala na. Na-realize nila eh. Na ano, nagbebentahan lang naman tayo ng inventory. Benta mo na lang, diretso na lang sa third party. Okay, sa outside party. Ayan, 2025. Then this UPEI naman ng 2024, ito yun, will become your RPBI sa 2025. Ito po, no? 15 naman, naging RPBI dito. Ayan po. Kaya, ang gagawin natin, ito pong 75, tanggalin ko to, papalitan ko siya ng UPI last year, 30,000. Okay, what else? Sir, hindi po ba may RGPA tayo? Yes. Magkano last year? 11,667. Eh sir, pagdating po ba ng next year, meron pa ring 11,667? Ang sagot po ay oo for 5 years. Kaya okay lang. As is lang tayo dito sa 11,667. Eh sir, yung UGPA na 100,000, at tanggalin mo na yan. Kasi ito po, isang beses mo lang siya i-recognize. Okay? So UGPA mo sa 2024, yung 100,000. At habang ginagamit mo na at nakakapag-produce ng product o kaya naman revenue, recognize mo 11,667. Eh sir, paano naman po dito sa 2025 na UGPA? Yan. Zero dito, downstream. Eh yung upstream, meron. UGPA, upstream. Okay, upstream. Yan. In this case, no? Since ito po ay land, syempre, magbabawas ka lang ng 50,000 dito. Okay? Yung RGPA, wala pa po, zero. Unlike dito na meron ka, dahil depreciable siya. Ito naman, kailan siya nabenta? Yun ang tanong mo dito. Wala naman pong binanggit sa 2025, kaya magzizero ka pa rin dyan. Okay? Unless sabing 2026 nabenta na siya. So ngayon, magkano po ang ating net income? O balik na tayo, 500,000 lang daw po. Okay? Para kay parent, magkano naman ang income ni subsidiary? 200,000 lang po. Okay? Para kay subsidiary. Okay. 5 years po yung amortization, so bawasan mo pa rin. So this is 190. Tapos yung dividend declared by subsidiary, 10,000 na lang. So hindi na siya 50. 10,000 times 0.8. So this is 8,000. So you have here 492,000 as the net income of the parent from own operation. Okay. So dito naman, 190,000. So na-plot mo na lahat. 500, okay, 1,000 minus 8,000 sheets plus 15 na RPBI plus 11,667. So you have 518. Okay, 518,667 as the adjusted net income of the parent plus the adjusted net income of the subsidiary. Magkano naman ito? Okay? 190,000, okay? Plus 30,000, okay? And wala kang UPEI upstream, wala kang RGPA upstream. So you have here minus 50,000. So you have 170,000. 170. Yan. Multiply this by 0.2. So you have 34,000. 34,000. Ayan. So 518,667 plus 170,000. So this is 686 ang consolidated income natin. 686,667 minus 34,000. Ayan po, no? Minus 34,000. So ang sagot na natin, consolidated income attributable to the controlling interest, 654. Okay, 667. Ayan po. That is the net income attributable to the parent. So, ganyan naman class kung mayroon tayong upstream sale of plant asset na land. Okay? Wala po tayong RGPA upstream until sold. Okay? Tapos sa downstream sale of plant asset naman na depreciable, every year hanggang ma-fully realize na, depreciate na yung nabenta, mag-RGPA ka. Okay, so ganyan po. And then with regard to the Encinas, CRE, as is pa rin yung Encinas, dagdagan sa Encinas. Yung NIAP, idadagdag sa CRE. Okay? So with this, we end our discussion sa intercompany sale of inventory and intercompany sale of plant asset.